Okay, so we're back, and now we're actually on top of Zora Magdaros once again. As you might recall, we were here already once, so instead of just trying to escape, now our goal, believe me, you'll know what our goal is by the end of this. I know that precisely because they never shut up about it. Now this phase, I don't have so much of a problem with it, except for one particular thing, and that's mainly my fault. As you heard, the whole thing's kind of a hide and go screw yourself thing, and you're looking for precisely that down there. Of course, I didn't know that at the time, but your goal is to find the magma cores and destroy them. And they do put up a little bit of a fight, especially as a greatsword user. It's so annoying. I'd imagine with something like a Great Lance or even a Charge Blade, maybe it might not be as bad. But as a greatsword, this is absolutely horrendous. Unless you pay attention to where the lava's coming out and just position yourself correctly, which is, you know, the intelligent way of doing things. But we don't do that here. At least, not when I didn't know what the hell was going on, I didn't do that, but... You might think, oh, Barok, this is easy, just get to, like, the left. Yeah, but I was kind of in the middle of a charge. It's kind of hard to do that. Also, apparently I did not even eat for this, or did I? I can't tell if that's 150 or 100 health anyway. By the way, if you want to know, the maximum health is 200, but most people don't run 200. Most people just run 150 because they don't want to run Vitality level 3. It's a decent skill if you get hit a lot, but you probably shouldn't be getting hit a lot. That was just infuriating to watch. It's like, dude, what are you doing? At least hit the thing if you're going to swing at it. It's a stationary target. What's wrong with you? At this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not dealing with that bullcrap anymore. I'm just going to swing like once or twice and get the hell out. Also, another good thing, don't just leave as soon as you do that. A lot of times, it'll drop a material. Now, this is where the wheels kind of proverbially come off the bus here. Because they don't really tell you anything other than, go destroy the magma cores. Go destroy the magma cores. Go destroy the flipping magma cores. The problem with it, to my knowledge, they don't tell you where they are. Now, looking at the map from about 5 feet away, I can see two little squiggles. That might be trying to indicate where they are. I can't tell from this distance. Maybe if that's the case, it is pretty much all my fault. But the other thing is, they expect you to remember all the way back in the tutorial that you can climb these things. Now, for most people, this is not a problem. They have good memory, and they go, oh, maybe I can't find anything down here. Maybe I'm supposed to climb. Well, most people make that connection rather quickly. I, however, do not. Because you don't give me an immediate path upwards, well, I'll just wander around pretty much all day. I'm not proud of it, but that's... It's not like I wasn't trying to find them. It's like, dude, I'm trying. What do you want me to do here? And they're like, what the hell is this thing? Can I actually break this? Yes, you actually can break this, and you do get a Zora Magdaros material for doing so. I've never seen anybody else break these besides me. But you do get materials for doing this, so it is kind of worthwhile to do this, unless there's a time limit, in which case maybe it's not. I'm not familiar with this mission because I honestly just try not to do it that often. But, another little thing you need to know. You need to climb. They don't tell you this. They don't even hint at it. If they hinted at it, like, I wonder what's higher up on Zora Magdaros. Maybe I would have gotten the hint. Unfortunately, they just kind of say the same thing over and over again, so... I was just like, well, guess I'll just wander my butt around till eventually I find it. Guess I probably should have skipped this, shouldn't I? Well, I had to suffer through it. Now you're going to get to as well. Also, because maybe you want to know where the hell they actually are. To be fair, though, I've only ever found... No, I have found 3. Well, I found 2. I followed Conceived Sorrow until he found one I've just walked past like a dozen times before and went, oh, that's a magma core? Oh, that's great. To this day, I don't even know where that thing was. I think it was in a little corridor, but I still don't remember where the hell that was. Because honestly, I don't like the way the Zora Magdaros armor looks anyway, so like, why the hell would I farm that hell of a fight for something I don't even want anyway? I think it looks terrible, honestly. I know some people like it, but ugh. I don't like it. Now, on the Palico armor, it looks pretty kick-ass. I'll give you that much, but not on the Hunter, in my opinion. That's nice, but are you ever gonna... Oh, okay. Yes, I eventually go, oh, I can climb. Herder. And eventually put it together. Lo and behold, if you go up another floor, I think it's pretty obvious where you're supposed to go. You might go, well, Barok, you're going right towards that little squiggle. Yeah, it's amazing how that works, isn't it? Maybe I should pay attention to my map more. To be fair, that's always a feeling I've had in games like Dota 2. I don't watch my map, or League of Legends. I still do pretty well, I will say, but it's always a failing of mine. I was like, how the hell do I get out of the lava's way? Because by this point, I hadn't put together that the cracks show up where the lava comes out. I thought it was just an AoE, like a 360 degree, like you're screwed if you're in here kind of thing. It's not, by the way. You can actually do that, but I didn't know that at the time. If you're wondering, why did you get hit by that? That doesn't even... You don't have to get hit by that. Because I hadn't put it together yet. And that's what this Let's Play is all about. I'm like, oh, hell no. I finally found this thing. By hell or high water, I'm killing it now. But the game's like, no. No, you're not. You're not gonna do it. So then I gotta try and fight back saying, yes, I will. I can't climb. Sometimes the game outstubborns me. It's a sad day when that happens, but the game has been known to be more stubborn than I am. That's an accomplishment, by the way. So now the big final phase, the one I like the most, ironically, even though it's probably the most annoying phase in the entire thing for a lot of people, because, well, you'll find out. Traveling via wind is like basically saying you're too far away, or we think you're too stupid to actually get there in a timely manner, so we're just going to drop you there. Occasionally that means, well, we got to take you someplace you could never get to, but this one I'm pretty sure I could have got to. And to be honest, I'm glad they did. Because I know I wouldn't have found my way there. Now, the reason most people hate this part is not that. That's probably a reason, but not the main one. The reason is because almost everything you do against this thing, he hits like a Mack truck, and I will never understand my Palico stupidity sometimes. I'm just going to drop this thing 20 feet away from my master. I was like, oh yeah, thanks for the heal, jackass. But yeah, almost everything you do bounces. It bounces so much. At least with my bone weapon. Of course, looking at it is in the yellow sharpness, which isn't good. But still. Maybe that's why you're bouncing, numbnuts. Oh, by the way, you gotta block. If you get knocked down with that thing, there's no other option. You have to block that, otherwise you die. So that's the very definition of a last resort, I guess. That's the only time I ever advocate blocking with a greatsword. It's terrible. That's like if people see me blocking sometimes, it's almost always Nergigante. Because that's the only thing I ever try and block that one attack. And that's only in specific circumstances. Also, he will drain all your Mega Potions away provided you don't die in one hit. He will. Because by this point, again, I hadn't fought him since the beta, so I was a little foggy on what he did. And some of his moves do not have much of a wind-up, and he loves following it up with the screw you. That's what that move is, by the way. It's called the screw you maneuver. Because if you get hit there and you have a weapon that can't block, well, you're carding. Unless you can manage to hit the invincibility frames in your roll, which the only way to do that would be to, like, know exactly when you're getting up, or possibly just try not getting up. I think that's also viable, but I'm just gonna tell you, most people, by and large, they kind of just automatically hit the control stick, so they automatically get up. So that's it's a hard habit to unlearn. But when you're stuck like that, I could have probably I could have probably put my weapon away and dove, but I forgot I don't have my quick sheath charm yet. So no, I would have just died like a dumbass if I tried that again. Blocking can be useful. That's really annoying, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Okay, Murtaugh. That'd be great if that guy's name was actually Murtaugh. I'm getting too old for this shit. We're not too old for this shit. We're not too old for this. That's the mantra of the adult gamer. We're not too old for this shit. So, yeah, congratulations. I got a bunch of stuff that I probably don't really need because I used a voucher that I didn't really need to. But to be fair, the title of it was pretty intimidating, so I thought, cool. But yeah, that's one for the history books. Not really worth the voucher, but I lived and I learned. So, that's the first big battle of the game. And don't worry, there'll be more. Oh yes, there'll be more. Okay, so that's how that concluded. With the reward, we got ourselves a health booster, arguably one of the worst accessories, but it does have its uses. For example, if you're like a great sword or great lance user, excuse me, or a lance user, whatever, and you stay in one place a lot and block a lot, that could be really useful. But for your average weapon, it kind of sucks. Don't get me wrong, I've used it a lot, but that's before I unlock some of the other accessories. So we're going to be upgrading my weapon here real quick to the, I don't think it stayed the Carapace Buster. I upgraded and then tried to roll it back just to see if it does refund things. Actually, that wasn't just why. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that, because I was like, oh, they're both like 701. Why would I go for the one that has the lower affinity again? Let's not do that. So yeah, weapon upgrade. So yeah, that's going to be just about it for today, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Until then, everyone.